Hey YouTube, it's Jay. So I recently got into beekeeping back around the spring, and I've been kind of messing with it a little bit. I've been having a little bit of success, a little bit of good mixed with bad, and so I thought I'd start kind of filming what I've been going through and what I've been doing. I'm out here at the range, at the tactical range that I run, and that's where I keep the bees, up in this little secluded part of the range. So today I'll be going through kind of doing a hive inspection of everything. I got my camel back here with me, so plenty of water and hydration. It's a little bit hot today, but I started with 3 hives. I bought 3 hives from a guy that was moving, so they were already established, they were already local bees. That's kind of the best situation that you would want, is something like that. So I started messing with them. My uncle happens to be the head of the beekeeping association here around where I live, and he was giving me some tips and pointers. The biggest problem that I had very early on was that I was messing with them too much, kind of killing them with kindness. And so when I trimmed it down to 1 day a week, going out, checking the hive, just making sure that nothing's going wrong with it, I started having some real success. The hives really started exploding. I now am up to 5 because I caught 2 swarms by accident, and I'll do another video on how I did that. But I've got all 5 swarms out, or all 5 boxes out here, or all 5 hives, colonies, out here today. And today I'll be releasing the last colony that I caught. I brought them out here on late Thursday night, so they've been pent up all day Friday and today, up until today. So today's Saturday, and I'll be releasing them to start doing their stuff and seeing what kind of shape they're in. But I thought I would just take you through kind of the whole thing and kind of show you what I got and where I'm at with it. So with that said, let's get going. All right, so here's the hives that I've got going right here. This first little box is a 2-frame queen mating nuke. I don't really have anything in it right now. I started to do a split earlier on and had some other things happen, so I just kind of left it sit out here. It's got 1 empty frame in it. If some bees take up residence in it, then cool, no big deal. Starting from the far end, which is where we'll start, that was one of the original nukes, or one of the original hives that I bought. It's set up a little differently. See if I can move this tripod down around that way. But it's set up a little differently, as you can see. It's got a medium super on the bottom, which is what they started in, and a deep on top. I'm trying to get them to flip-flop so bees build vertically. So as we kind of get that moving, I'm hoping the queen will move up into the top, start laying some eggs. I can flip-flop them around, and then all's good. The next one is the new box, and you can see it gets covered up there. I'll unmask that today. This is the big hive that I've got, and it's just been going crazy. I added that top super up there last week, so we'll see how that's doing. This is the last of the original hive, so that the big hive there was one of the originals. This is the last of the originals. I had the same problem as the first one down there, where I had a medium super as the hive body, so I'm flip-flopping that around, and I got that squared away a couple weeks ago. Once I have that done, I'm using a single hive body approach, a single deep approach to managing the hives, because I want to kind of grow them and expand them out. I want more hives, not necessarily a bunch of giant hives. So I need to get some more hives in. I wanted to get to 5, which is what I'm at now, so I think I'll just start building from that. And then lastly, this is the swarm that I caught a few weeks ago and brought it out. I ended up taking a frame of brood out of this hive, and putting it in that hive to kind of give it some more bees and some eggs and larvae so that they can get going. So let's go down here. Let's release these bees down here, take a gander at what we got going on in there. All right, let's release the bees. There were some that obviously didn't make it. This is always a traumatic thing for them to move around like that, especially after they were swarming. They bring some stuff with them, food stores and whatnot, to keep them going. But it's always a challenge. So let's see what we got. So I'm going to raise this up, throw a little smoke in there. Not a whole lot of activity. Let's see if there's any bees left in here. There we go. There's the inner cover. There's a few bees in here. Let's see what kind of happiness we got going on here. New frame. Huh? Nothing really going on there. A few bees kind of checking it out. I've got to add another frame in here because of the way I do it. I start with just 9 frames. Okay. Yeah. Okay, got a good bunch of bees on that one for new hive. They're building out combs, so that's always a good sign. Very calm. Nobody's really pissed off at me right now. So that's a good sign. That's a real good sign. Nothing really interesting. Wow. That's another good looking frame of bees. So right now I'd say I probably got two solid frames of good looking frames of bees. So hopefully you all see that. Right now I'm just kind of glancing over here looking to see if I see the queen. We got a bunch of them balled up right here. Blow them a little bit. You can pet them too and they'll move out of the way. Like I said, I'm just trying to see if I see the queen. And if I see any eggs or larvae or anything that would indicate to me that they're moving forward. Oh, there she is. Yeah, man. See if we got her in there. Yeah, there she is. Alright. Good deal. So we'll mark her. Let's let her loose again. Make sure she's still got the mark on her. Yep. I'm going to put her right down here. Just slowly open that. Crawl out, make sure she don't fly away. There she goes. Want to make sure she went down into the hive and not up and out away from the hive. Okay, so I've got this hive going now, so they seem okay. Just give them a couple puffs up in the front. Raise up the back. That inner cover should stay down, letting you take the top cover off. Now I could just peel up this back, throw a little bit of smoke down in there, should be ready to go. Now when I peel this off, we got a few bees up there, not as many as what I'd hoped for. Let's see what we got. Let's start down here. We're gonna pull that out. Okay, got a few bees, no big deal. I do not have a queen separator in this one yet, so I have to kind of watch as I'm pulling stuff out. Make sure that I'm not missing my queen. Again, just a few kind of bees checking stuff out. Last two outer frames. I'm hoping that this will eventually become their brood box. I've got more bees happening down here. And unless I see something weird, I'm just going to close this box back up. Let them go back to doing their thing. We're starting to figure stuff out. They've only had this top box here for about a week. So they haven't really had a chance to do a whole lot with it. This is a younger or smaller colony. So it's not like this one, that tall one over there, where they get almost a super a week or every 2 weeks. This one's just now kind of growing. Same kind of thing. This was some old comb that I had that I just threw in here to give them something to munch on. Yeah, they haven't really moved up in here yet. They're just now getting to where they're messing around with it. So we're going to leave them be right now. We're not going to do anything with them. This is one of those situations where if you look down in the box, and I don't know if y'all can get a glimpse of that. If you can see down in the box there, I mean, I've got wall-to-wall bees on this medium super. So I had to do something or they were going to swarm out. Now I do need to check to see if I've got anything going on as far as swarm cells or anything like that. So I will pull this top box off and just double check. Alright, I'm back. So what we're going to do here, I'm just going to try to find a queen, see if I got any weirdness going on like swarm cells or anything like that. Pop these loose. Okay. Yeah, got a queen cell happening there. I don't know if there's anything in it. Or a queen cup. Looks like they've started to think about it. But I've got some brood on this one. This is all the way out here on the outside. Make sure she's not on here. Yeah, I've got a lot of brood right over here. Looks like it's ready to pop out. don't see her on here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but you see that big lump sticking out down there? Right there? That's the queen cup. I'm going to go get my magnifying glass and see if I can't see a little bit better. I do not see anything in that cell. So I'm not going to worry about that one. That may just be practice. So we'll set that over here. My eyes aren't as good as what they used to be up close, so I had to get a magnifying glass to help me see the eggs. They're just so small. Once they're a few days old, I can see them. All right. Bit more activity. See some fresh brood, uncapped brood. So that's a good sign. Now in this hive, again, with that fabric inner cover, I don't have bees up in the top here. So if everything's good, I can just lift this off, set it to the side, get my smoker, pull back a corner, give them a little love with some smoke, give them a second, and then just peel this back. Yeah, see now how they have put the propolis all over that? That's good, good, good. Now this hive has a queen excluder in it. So this top hive, this top body, should be all honey, assuming I haven't done something goofy. So it's possible that it was one, I don't remember if this was one of the boxes that they started off in a smaller super and I've moved them around, but let's just see what we got. Pull this up. Looks like I'm getting a little bit of nectar in there. Really nothing happening there. Okay, they're drawing this out. This is the frame I just put in. They have drawn that side out pretty nicely. They're working on that. Yeah, this one's got some weight to it. Yep, lots and lots of honey. One little queen cup there. Nothing in it, no worries. That's all. I don't know if you can see all that nectar in there. They're going to turn that all into honey. This side they're filling all that up with honey or nectar. So that's a good sign right there. There she is, right up here in the top. So we still got a queen there. That's good. And what I'm looking for, now that I see the queen, see how they're balled up there? I don't see a whole lot of eggs. I don't see any uncapped brood. So now I'm wondering, they're getting ready to ditch this queen. Now if they're just building supersedure cell, they'll hump up on top of it to protect it, because the current queen doesn't necessarily want to give up her throne. So they protect that new cell. But if it's not a supersedure cell, that means they're getting ready to swarm. Now, they should not be getting ready to swarm. Now, see, I've got a good frame of brood here. That's mostly capped brood, and there's some new brood. So that's good. She's still laying. She's still doing her thing. So I don't think there's a problem here. That's a whole solid frame of brood in different stages. Yeah, so we're just going to box this back up. This hive is going to be busting out here in a little bit. Yes, sir. That hive is going to be getting much bigger. Put that back in there. So they've got all kinds of room to fill this up with brood. And when those hatch out, and they're busting at the seams, I will give them more space. But as it sits right now, that's some hard-working, happy bees. So I'm going to take these bees, shake them right off into the hive, give them a little dusting. So I can put this on there without squishing them. Just kind of run it back and forth, give them a chance to get out of the way. Now I got my queen where she needs to be. I got my honey super. Still got a little bit of brood in it. That's going to do nothing but help. You see how they've got that propolis all over that stuff? That's what you want. Next year, I'll flip this over and they can prophyllize the other side. And I can get years of use out of that. I like that idea. Alright. So that's all of them except for the big one. Save my honeycomb, take it back, put it in the truck. These bees sometimes get pissed off. So we'll see. I got to be careful and move kind of quick here. Interesting little thing. So that's where I had that queen catcher leaning up against that hive right there. And they're just gathering around that hive. So if you look at the front of the hives, so we got all that activity down there. A lot of that's because I just agitated them with smoke. I'm blowing smoke down in there and they're in and out. I did the same thing to those hives down there. There we go. But you know, it's already cleaned out, it's cleared out, it's good to go. They're just going on about their business again. That's my brand new one from 2 weeks ago that we checked on a little bit ago. So right now I'm really happy. It looks like the hives are doing well. Now comes the fun part. I got to bust into this big daddy, and it is so tall now that I can't even get the camera up high enough to see down in. So you just have to bear with me. Let's see what happens. First things first. A little dusting of smoke in there to get them maybe calmed down a little bit. again. Now I can take that outer cover off without the risk of. Now I just put this super on a week ago today. In just a second, we're going to peel this back. Okay, this super is still basically empty. And that is fine. This is the biggest, strongest hive I have. And when they get to where they are acting like they need a little extra love, I make sure they get their room. So I got some activity going on down there below. That's fine. There's a few bees in there. I'm just checking it out. Moth landed on my face. So this is going to be kind of cool. I don't know that you'll be able to see this or not, but this super I put on a couple weeks ago, probably 3 weeks ago, because they were just really starting to move. And since then, I've actually taken 2 frames of brood out of the base of this hive and moved it to other hives to make them a little bit stronger. But I have still, man, these are some hard-working bees. So if I, where's my little frame rest? So last week when I came out here, there wasn't really anything going on with these. I've got one that is just mattered no get out buzzing around my head. So these were just fresh frames, and if you look at them now, they're all starting to get all drawn out. I'm getting good drawn out comb. I'm getting nectar in the comb. Yeah, man. That's good to see. Here's one. Check this puppy out. You want to see what some brand new fresh honeycomb looks like? These guard bees are just like on it, super on it. Brand new fresh comb, all white. And that little tint of yellow, that's nectar that they're pumping into that. They're just working away. Yeah. One of the problems that I had was because of the different sizes and frames and bodies. I didn't really think it through because I had to build these things out quickly. And so I have, what are they, 6 1/8, I think. 6 1/8 inch deeps, but I had bought a box of 5 1/4 or something frames. So I've got a gap that's too big at the bottom, and they're building this ladder comb here across the bottom stuff, and I scraped a lot of that out last week because I thought I don't want that in there. Then my beekeeping mentor said, nah, probably shouldn't have done that, because now they got to stop and build it back, because that's just the way they want to work, and they're going to do what they want to do. So you get all of that down there at the bottom. At the end of this season, when I do my harvest, I'm going to get rid of these frames and replace them with the correct size frame. So this box is doing strong. We're going to box that up, set that over to the side, and just double check that other down in there. And the reason I got to do this, and I'm kind of dreading it a little bit, because these bees in this particular hive get a little pissed off, but I think they might be trying to get me a new queen down there, and I got a buddy that needs a queen. So I may end up catching the queen if they've sealed up another queen cell. I may take this queen and give it to him. Now see this one down here, this one's jamming pretty solid. This one's looking good. I got wall-to-wall bees building out that honey. Set this one aside. Gosh, that's heavy. Yep. Got him good pissed off now. Don't want to squish them. I ain't waiting on them.